In this episode, ask me about my Wienermobile.
And on the flip side, we tell you why Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom is a great thing for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if you see a boa constrictor in your backyard, what's the first thing you're going to grab? Mike, hit the music. My fellow Americans, welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. So I'll stand and salute their theme song and prepare for a great episode because that's what we're going to deliver to you. If there was an Olympic Games of podcasting, we would probably not be there, but you know what? We'd at least try out for it. We'd be at the trials. So hope you're having a great day. We are as well. Mike, how are you? How are things?
I'm feeling Olympic. I don't even know if that's a correct adjective to describe how I'm feeling.
It is not.
I'm feeling
Ozempic.
Ozempic. No. Ready to have another episode. That's all I got to say.
All right. I'm not doing great. I have a sty.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I got the glasses on today. For those listening on Spotify, podcast, audibly, I am wearing glasses today. Maybe for the maybe less than a handful of times I've worn glasses on the podcast. And as what comes with glasses is the tradition of me trying to position my ring light because I don't want a reflection in my glasses. Yeah, I had to go to the store to get drops. I am losing the battle.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I hope you don't go blind.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also hope I don't go blind, for the record.
And then,
although it would be kind of cool to do an eye patch on the show.
And then
I should have walked in with it.
Move away and move into a lighthouse and make checkers and caulk or Trish Kids.
I just become full on Ron Burgundy.
Full on Ron Burgundy. You nurse a baby shark back into full adulthood. What was the baby shark's name? Oh my gosh, I'm losing it.
I don't remember a lot from Anchorman 2.
Dobby.
Sure. A sty. Probably top 3 of like the most annoying injuries. And when I say annoying, I mean like it's not like super bad, but it's just like it's nagging. Thoughts?
Well, I mean I've had a sty before, but it's not been so horrible that like I've required to do stuff to it. I just kind of let it go.
Yeah, okay. It sucks just blinking and feeling something, and it's like I'm not supposed to feel anything when I blink.
It sounds like a poem, but
yeah, you know what? That kind of does sound like a poem.
Not supposed to feel anything when I blink.
I was also gonna say a stub toe is probably up there, but you kind of showed that it's worse than just a regular nagging injury. How is your toe doing, by the way?
So I did not update everybody on the pod. I believe it's fully recovered. It's not as purple as it was. The worst part, thank you. The worst part was the following week when we were grocery shopping, I stubbed my other pinky toe into the cart.
I thought you were going to say you stubbed it and broke it again.
No. Luckily, I'm looking at my feet, people. Luckily enough, the one, it was my left pinky toe. Luckily enough, that did not go as bad as when I ran into my box fan. But yeah, the pinky toes were not for the wicked. I don't know what it means. They're not for the weak. But I seem to have recovered. I am standing.
Are you not wearing socks?
I am not wearing socks.
This is awkward. I'm also not wearing socks.
Oh.
Well, it's just got X-rated podcasting right here.
This is the first sockless podcast.
This might be I usually do wear socks just in case I get cold in here.
Socks on.
Yeah. Sorry for all those kids listening at home.
Yes. Well, talk about dogs. We're going to talk about wieners today, Matt.
That's such a bad laugh.
Oh, it's so good. It was a good segue. It was such a good segue. So, Matt, Oscar Mayer, the wieners, the hot dogs. Not necessarily one of our top contenders of our favorite dogs.
I don't know if I've ever had an Oscar Mayer wiener hot dog, to be fair.
I don't think I have either.
It looks like we have to grill some on the podcast.
But anyway, what's really good about Oscar Mayer is their branding. Because there is this constant reminder of Oscar Mayer's because of the Wienermobile. I haven't done too much research as any good podcast for the Funny Business Podcast, but the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile goes around the country and basically does these like pop-up marketing stuff for the brand and the company itself. I can't say they host, like they sell hot dogs. I'm actually really curious of what's inside the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. But Matt, talk to me about your thoughts about having a Wienermobile.
Phenomenal branding. Probably if you take a look at like American branding, like history, or like the top American brands in history, the Wienermobile is probably top 10. And that's you can make an argument top 5. It is iconic. I mean, you see it and you know it. It's not going to make me go buy Oscar Mayer wieners, but it's going to give me a chuckle, and it's going to say, and I'm going to stare at it and potentially crash if I'm driving. But it's an iconic vehicle, definitely more iconic than the Cybertruck. Yeah, I think it puts everybody in a good mood. You know, even if you're just at your house and you look out and on the highway, if you live by a highway and you see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, it's a cool thing to see.
So it has been traveling. So it is been active since 1936.
Wow.
So originally it was a 13-foot hot dog vehicle that toured Chicago before expanding nationwide. So it had periods of inactivity. Matt, can you guess when inactivity was happening?
I would like to guess World War II.
You are correct.
Nice.
So World War II, the 1970s, and the COVID-19 pandemic.
Did the driver get drafted into the military?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I was just curious.
Oh my gosh, I did not know. Matt, there's now 6 Wienermobiles.
Yeah, so I also learned that in this story. I thought there was only 1.
Yeah, there's 6.
Yeah, no, I that's why like I thought the story was a lot crazier than it was. It's still crazy, however. We'll get there.
The dog or the dong is 27 feet long and about 11 feet high. They have hot dog shaped dashboards and a quote bun roof.
Oh, the bun roof is funny. Yeah, That's great. Could you imagine just actually seeing someone like hanging out the top of the Wienermobile?
Strapped onto the top of the wiener, you know? Well, Matt, the reason why we're not here to talk about just the history of the Wienermobile is that one of the Wienermobiles had a little accident. You know, I kind of rolled off the grill, if you know what I mean. So what happened was in Oak Brook, Illinois. This was reported by the Associated Press. It was involved in a car crash along Interstate 294 in Illinois. So the hot dog shaped vehicle hit another car, causing it to lose control and roll onto its side.
It's a damn shame. American tragedy, for sure.
The poor picture on the Associated Press, it was kind of sad to look at, not going to lie, because this is, like Matt said, this is very iconic where this thing has traveled around since 1936 and it's flipped to the side and it's on the middle of a highway. It's not a good look.
No, it was sad. Like, it's like, oh, the Wienermobile crashed. Like, that's a shame. I hope the driver's okay. Yeah, it's a sad sight. You know, it's supposed to bring happiness. It's supposed to bring joy. And it was a sad moment.
So luckily, the reason why we report this today is that nobody was injured and everyone was safe that was inside the Wiener. Obviously, they had a spokesperson from Oscar Mayer say they are relieved over the safety of those involved. But it said that video footage showed the Wienermobile being towed away on a flatbed truck, indicating visible damage to the vehicle. I would say that'd be even more interesting that a tow truck is towing the Wienermobile.
Yeah, what do you think's going on in the head of the tow truck driver when he comes down to the highway, a major highway in Chicago that he's probably on very many times, and he finds out he has to tow the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
I wonder if that's over the comm center. It's like, oh, can we get a tow truck? We need to pull the wiener. He probably, I'm assuming, and I'll say it's a she or he probably had the best experience coming home, talking to their partner, and probably trying to having their partner believe that they actually towed the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
That's a great point. This is probably the most exciting thing to happen to this tow truck driver in a long time. At work in a long time. It can't be fun just towing cars left and right, people yelling at you. But this time, he gets a call, he's on the highway, and he gets to pull the Wienermobile. Like, that's a story he's going to tell his grandchildren for the rest of his life, or her life.
Forever! No.
Probably.
We obviously know the true story to what happened. But, something feels a little fishy to the story. Seems like there could have been a little bit more spice or a little bit more zest. So I talked to Matt the night before and I said, we need to come up with the real reason why the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile got into an accident. Matt, I will gladly go first.
Okay, go for it.
So I believe that there is a mustard dispenser in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Mm-hmm. So it went berserk, short-circuited, and it squirted mustard all over the dashboard. In the chaos, the driver lost control, leading to the unfortunate topple.
Yeah, I had one similar theory, just that he was actually just like trying to put condiments on his hot dog while he was driving. Because I would imagine if you drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, you have access to Oscar Mayer wieners at all times.
I would hope,
especially while driving.
Right.
I'm not saying like maybe there's like a little grill in the middle, like the center console is just like a mini grill.
We're not raw dogging this time.
Maybe he was raw dogging.
Oh God.
Maybe. You never know.
I also had another one that the Wienermobile had a relish turbo mode, and unfortunately the speed led to an unexpected roll.
Mm-hmm. I could see that happening. Do you have any others?
Ran out of ketchup and saw a grocery store and tried to turn off the highway and turned off the highway a little too fast, and then they toppled over.
A little too fast. Okay. Yep. That's definitely plausible. Just making a wrong turn or trying to get off quick. Now, do you think there's backup camera in the Wienermobile?
I would hope.
That thing's
pretty long.
It's very long. Yeah. So, it's average, but
I have a question.
Yes. Mike,
so
go ahead.
We know the look of the Wienermobile, right? It's a curved dog.
Wiener, yes.
Yeah, it's a curved dog.
Uh-huh.
Is the backup cam on the bumper or is it on the tip of the wiener?
That's a great question, actually. I was really nervous where you were going to go with that. That's a phenomenal question. I think it's probably gotta be on the tip of the wiener. Well, I don't know, because like a truck, the camera's not on the hitch. If it has a hitch,
right,
it's on the bumper. So maybe it's on the bumper, and it's definitely got sensors. That's for sure.
It's got some sensors on that wiener.
Yeah. So some that I had was there was ketchup on the gas pedal that he went to hit the gas and his foot slipped and he just floored it. I think the most plausible one that I have, whoever drives the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is probably a bit of a freak, right? Like they're freaky.
Like, is somebody gonna match my freak, like that type?
Yeah. Yes, freaky. Yes. So the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile driver was on Tinder and was just swiping, not paying attention, rear-end someone. Now, I know what you're asking. What does the Tinder bio for the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile operator say? Probably just, I operate a large wiener.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you thought this through.
Thank you. I mean, let's be real. If you're on Tinder, right, and you just see a picture of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile that says I operate a big wiener, there's no chance you can swipe left.
No, you gotta swipe right.
You have that's almost a super like.
Like it's almost you have to swipe
almost
right.
Yeah. Like you need to get in contact with that person just to say I matched with the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
I would just like to spend a day just driving it, so that way, in two truths of a lie, I could just say I drove a wiener at one point in my life.
You want to say you drove a wiener? You said you want to say you drove a wiener.
Yeah.
Somebody make that a t-shirt with Mike's quote. I want to say I drove a wiener.
I want to say I drove a wiener today.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. What if... I wonder if we're actually going to know what happened. That's what I want to know.
Looking into the story, like understanding just how heavily trafficked Illinois is. I mean, especially close to Chicago.
Say that state name again.
Illinois.
One more time. There we go. There we go.
Sorry.
There we go.
Not the time to do it. He just lost control.
I threw you in a pretzel right there. Yeah. I apologize.
Nope, it's okay.
I have another theory I just came up with. What if he or she, whoever's operating the Wienermobile, drives on the highway to hand out hot dogs, kind of like the guys at the baseball games?
They toss them.
No. Or like a car just honks and sticks the head out and like, Wiener over here. And he was trying to drive to hand under the car a hot dog and he just got in a car accident.
Ask me about my wiener.
How many times do you think they get yelled at on the highway?
Generally speaking, like just yelling wiener.
Yeah. How many, like the people driving, they probably get yelled at, ask me about my wiener probably 10 times a day.
I get a few little honks here and there.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
But it'd be funny too. Like you kind of pull up at a stop sign. It's a two 2-lane. It's 2-lane, and you're just like pulling right up, and you try to race it. You like start revving the engine, you start looking like you want to
race. And then you're just crossing, or you're at like the side street, and it's just like a Camaro and the Wienermobile just racing each other down the interstate.
I wonder how fast that thing can go.
That's a good question. Mm-hmm. It can't be more than like, well, it's on the highway. I don't know. It would have been funny if it was like a high-speed chase and he was going like 130.
Somebody jacked the Wienermobile in a high-speed chase. My gosh.
Well,
I'm glad that they're okay, and I'm hopeful for a speedy recovery for the Wienermobile.
The traffic afterwards had to suck because, like, if you think about it, now this is Chicago, especially. Traffic after an accident is tough.
Oak Hills.
Okay. That's just Chicago suburb. Suburb.
Brook.
That's suburb of Chicago.
You been to Chicago?
No, but I did my research.
Oh, okay.
I do want to go to Chicago. Seems a great city. The traffic after a Wienermobile crash has to be like 3 times worse because everybody is stopping to take a picture.
And that's the worst part too. Like there's rubbernecking, but then there's people taking pictures too.
Yeah, that's the worst part is the people stopping to take pictures. We're going to slide on in to the second half of the show with some buy or sell. Mike, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to buy Dwayne Wade. Wayne Wade. Okay. Dwayne Wade was commentating the Olympics men's basketball games so far the first couple of days. He did an awesome job. Like, it was just very kind of chill. It's also nice getting a new commentator every once in a while. Just like throw a new one in the loop. It is especially interesting seeing if now someone's going to pay him a lot of money to just start doing games.
You always find commentators such as how, not the upbringing, but just the career pathway of Dwayne Wade. I was texting Matt because I did not get a chance to watch it until I did. You know, we talked about like Tony Romo kind of like being a little freak in the booth in terms of like how much he yells and how much he gets excited. Like Dwayne just had like this calm response or just color commentary to like LeBron, Steph. When Bam Adebayo was on the court, like he was like totally pumped because obviously Bam was a Heat, or still is, I should say. But she's just like cool, calm, and collective. Like I enjoyed it. Like he was telling LeBron, he's like, that man just like has so much more to give to basketball, and like he's not done yet. So, but no, it was kind of cool because he also talked about his Olympic experience. It was good balance. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Maybe a little too much of a fan, but I didn't hate it. I'm also buying patriotism.
Oh, say.
Why am I buying patriotism? You know what the most American thing of all time is?
LeBron James as a flag carrier.
That was crazy. No, the most American thing of all time is sitting on your couch watching the Olympics and judging these athletes when they mess up. Man, that's America for you. Nothing better. Nothing better than just kicking back with the cold one, watching, what were April and I watching? We were watching surfing last night just because. Those guys suck. They absolutely suck. They were just sitting in the ocean for like 20 minutes waiting for a wave. And then they rode 2 waves and that was it.
And you probably barely can ride a boogie board yourself.
You can't. No, I can't paddleboard. I can paddleboard.
Okay.
Yep, that's fun. Yeah, but even just like watching like track or like diving. Diving is another one. Like the synchronized diving when you have to do the exact same motion at the exact same time and they mess up. You're like, oh, these losers. It's the best. Absolute best. I'm also buying alcohol.
I hope you are.
Mike, there's a new law in the state that we live in.
Yes, I heard. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I finally can buy all the shit that I need at one store instead of going to 2.
Yep. So for those that don't know, certain states, especially the state we live in, the liquor laws and alcohol laws are kind of weird, and you can only buy liquor at certain places. Now that's not the case. You really, any convenience store, grocery store will be able to buy some canned cocktails. I don't think they're going to sell straight vodka, tequila, stuff like that.
No.
But it will be very convenient just going to the grocery store for 2 things, especially if you're going for like a cookout. Go get some hot dogs, hot dog buns, pick up the surf sides. Pick up the high noons. How is that so hard?
I mean, even just from restocking the fridge, like you have to go to 2 different stores in order for you to get stuff. Now you can just go to 1. And I hope that the stores that I go to welcome that opportunity for that.
Yeah, I think we still have a few months until it kicks in.
Yeah.
But great job. On the sell, I'm selling the NBA.
What happened?
Have you seen the, you might not know this actually. You might know this.
Tell me.
The new NBA media deal.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah. So,
I'm upset.
Yeah. So selling the NBA because NBA sold out, going for $76 billion to NBC. And that's great. We get the NBC basketball theme song. This is iconic. However, the tragedy has now occurred that next season is the final time ever for Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith. I saw a lot of people, everybody's very upset. And a lot of people made the case that that's not just the best sports show on TV. That's the best show on television.
Yeah.
For that hour that they're on, it's electric. They're iconic. And the sad part is TNT and Turner like matched the $76 billion and they still turned them down.
Wise words, Charles Barkley. When a guy's banging you, Omega Sci-Fi till we die.
We should also do a power rankings of all time Inside the NBA moments. When Shaq tripped over the cord, fell into the TV. That was great. Iconic. Charles talking about San Antonio women is a sight to see. Oh man, yeah, they're the best.
To have Ernie Johnson in the middle, just like triaging it all, it just makes it even 10 times better because, like, obviously he's the moderator of the group, so he's probably getting yelled at the most in the year by producers. But just him, just observing everything, it's too funny.
Yeah, the fact that this is last season, like a year from now, we won't have Inside the NBA anymore.
No,
it's a damn shame. But it's a damn shame. Another all-time moment was when Shaq was talking. He's like, people tell me what it looked like. Or Barkley just goes Shrek, and then Ernie just starts cracking up, and Shaq just starts glaring into like the producers because they all start cracking up. Oh man, they're just the best, because like anybody can appreciate that show even if you don't watch basketball, because half the time they're just yelling at each other.
And I think what's unfortunate is because Turner and TNT, like, obviously they tried matching it because they knew the investment that they made and they knew they could totally match it. Everybody's been saying, well, why don't they just carry over the hosts over to the other thing? And I'd argue that they probably wouldn't have as much flexibility as they do on TNT compared to like NBC. Like we're not going to get the same show as everything that Matt and I just said probably can't even be spoken about on NBC. Like, I could probably guarantee that.
Yeah. Charles Barkley said he was going to throw a chicken wing at Shaq's fat ass.
Right.
Like you can't have that on. You can't say that on, especially on NBC. Barkley also said he's retiring after next year from all media, which because there was rumors he was going to start his own like media company and they were just going to do their own thing. And then he's just like, I'm done.
Why don't we start a suggestion that they all start a podcast?
Or open invitation to all four of them to come on the Funny Business podcast anytime they want during the 2025-2026 NBA season. We won't even show up. You guys can just record. We'll just release it as Funny Business featuring Inside the NBA. That's our offer to you.
We'll record the show. We'll just whatever you say, cancel us, whatever you want. We're here.
Yes. Yeah, correct. Yep. Absolutely. Every quote they say, we'll say, like, if it's a bad quote, it's like, quote Charles Barkley, and then underneath that quote, like Matt Summers.
Yep.
We'll take credit for your quotes, and we'll take the heat for you, basically.
Yep. We're here.
Yeah. Anybody that replies bad on them on Twitter, we will respond back to them on behalf of Inside the NBA. And then I'm selling lame Marvel fans.
I heard this one too.
Yeah.
Kept my finger on the pulse lately, baby.
So I'm sure everybody has seen, but Marvel had a big announcement for the upcoming Avengers movies. And the biggest one by far is Robert Downey Jr., aka the man who played Iron Man, will be playing Dr. Doom in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. Mike, you are definitely a bigger Marvel fan than I am. Thoughts?
It was a shock. There was certainly a lot of media in the since 2018, which was when Avengers Endgame happened. A lot of media in the sense that he was not going to come back, was not going to reprise his role as Iron Man or Tony Stark. I think what's funny as I'm saying this out loud, because I had a talk with my coworker this morning, is that when they introduced variants and when they introduced the new season of Loki, they brought on this idea. Kevin Feige was like, it's the multiverse. Like, you have no idea what's going to happen now because of the multiverse. So in an alternative universe, Iron Man or shall I say Tony Stark, becomes Doctor Doom. So comic book speaking, it fits. Like, this isn't just this, okay, how do we bring Marvel fans back together? Like, it was written in the comic books that this occurred. Now, granted, it's a variant, and like, obviously we'll have to see like how Doctor Doom interacts with some of the new Marvel characters and such. Like, is it going to be this weird, like, oh, that's Tony, or, you know, is it going to be that weird thing, or are they going to portray him as Victor Von Doom? I will say that Deadpool and Wolverine is getting a lot of good hits, getting a lot of good reviews, getting some positive reviews. But I think, again, it goes back to, we are very hard as fans, like Star Wars especially. Like, The Acolyte was just totally shit on, but I haven't even watched it. And it's just like, okay, like, just be a fan. Like, because they can't use the same character. Like, they can't use Luke Skywalker for the next 30 years. Like, they have to find other ways to tell the story. Would I have liked to see a different person in the role? I can't say that, but I loved the energy when I saw it on video. Like, when everybody like just starts screaming because it was Robert Downey Jr. I'd also argue too that he has a better opportunity to actually, I don't want to say utilize his acting skills, but be challenged more into a role that isn't more laid back / free will as Tony Stark.
Yeah, so I'm studying lame Marvel fans because a lot of people are just like, oh, this is dumb, like, to get a new actor. However, you explained it well with the multiverse and the storyline. It makes perfect sense. Like, it fits in with the comics. Now, I will say, I don't know exactly how I feel about this, but I've seen a lot of people say that the multiverse is really just I don't know what the right word to say is here, an excuse for writers to just kind of like not be as creative, because they can just pull something and say, oh, it's from the multiverse, this is someone different.
I think if you're a true Marvel fan and like you read the comic books, I think you would be able to see the comparison between the both. So there was a quote that Robert Downey Jr. said, it's either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah. He has seen himself become the villain. Also, Marvel fans, isn't any Avengers movie with Robert Downey Jr. probably going to be awesome?
Yeah.
I think that answer is yes. Even if he's not Iron Man, he's still a really good actor. He's going to be awesome as Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Awesome. Like, if he was not Iron Man and you were trying to pick anybody, he'd be a top candidate just because he's awesome.
And it's tough too, because you had a lot of, not repeat candidates, but you had a lot of people that did play the role as Victor Von Doom, and like, obviously it wasn't chosen those characters, but who knows? We'll see. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, and see where it goes.
Also, I've said this before, but just people like fans of shows like Marvel, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, they won't like one thing because that's not the way they want to do it, and then they just shit on the entire show or the series or the franchise. Like, you're not the writers. Also, the same writers that wrote Endgame are writing the next 2 Avengers movies. They're awesome writers. They're going to be great movies.
Yeah.
Stop being lame.
I will say, this all wouldn't have happened if the whole Jonathan Majors thing didn't happen.
Correct. Did you see Deadpool Wolverine yet?
I've seen spoilers on my TikTok, so I'm just like, wow.
You see spoilers for everything. How does that happen? I don't see any spoilers.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Like, every time we talk about a thing is, yep, I saw a spoiler for it.
Saw a spoiler. Like,
just swipe. Keep swiping.
Well, you remember when it was Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm like, I cannot, like, I was like, Matt, we have to go to the movies because I cannot be on TikTok anymore. Like,
it's like clockwork. Every time something new comes out that you want to watch, there's a spoiler.
Yep, that's why I'm always free to just saying like, yep, he died. Like,
that's all I got.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I am buying coincidences.
Okay. Quinky dinks.
Coinky dinks. So this past Friday, we participated at a beer Olympics. Matt, we made these plans around June 7th.
Okay. That's
little did we know.
Let it half go.
Little did we know that our beer Olympics coincided with the first night of the Olympics.
Oh yeah, that's great. I didn't make that connection until right now.
I texted the group chat. I'm like, did we plan this because the Olympics were happening, or was that just a happy little accident? And then showed up, happy little accident.
Yep.
So we had a little beer Olympics. We appreciated our friends for hosting. I'm buying Flip Cup. Jen and I were killers for Flip Cup. We went undefeated in Flip Cup.
That's good.
But I'm selling hangovers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, no bueno.
No bueno.
No. How much beer did you consume?
I put 15 Miller Lights in the cooler.
Hmm?
I did not longer. Wow, my words.
Well, are you still drunk right now? Oh my gosh.
By the end of the night, there was 15 Miller Lights and about, I would say, I don't know how much Jenna put with the Bud Light Peach. But when I checked the next morning, there was only 3 Bud Light Peaches.
Bud Light Peach? Bush Peach.
Bush Peach.
Oh, Bush Peach. Bush Peach is phenomenal.
Bush.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Love Bush Peach.
There was only 3 Bush Peach.
That's a fun time, though.
So I think I drank 15 Miller Lights.
Okay. And what time did the Beer Olympics start?
5.
Okay, all right. That's all right. That's a lot of good for you. Good for you. Yeah, it's a lot of beer. Yeah, it's a lot of beer. But I mean, like you guys dominated the Flip Cup. You definitely won Beer Olympics, right?
Yeah. Second place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you didn't represent a country that like loves drinking beer, right?
No.
No. What country did you represent?
I was so drunk I don't even remember the country I represented.
Hold on. You sent me a photo, I think.
Matt.
Let me just double check for the people. I'm sure it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you represented Ireland.
I did.
Yeah. Would you like to apologize to the people of Ireland?
I will say we listened to Irish jigs on the way there. We got first place in Flip Cup. We got second place in beer pong. We then got second to last in the game of pigs.
What? Explain pigs.
It's like a board game where it's like two foam pigs, and they have a dot on one of their sides, and you throw it on the table, and however it lands, you score points. It's a pretty cool game. It's very fun.
All right. Take your word for it.
We then got second or third place in Horses, which was a card game, and then Mario Kart, we got second to last.
That actually hurts.
It was a team effort. I will not blame any.
That hurts my soul.
I will not blame anything. I will blame the team.
And the beer.
I think we lost. What's that?
Blame the beer.
Yeah, I think we lost by like 2 points. Like 2 points, like second place. Like we were off by 2.
Yeah. That sounds fun though, I guess.
It was a good time.
I mean, if you ain't first, you're last, but
it was a GT.
Yeah, it's a GT. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
My coworker was like, "Sorry, I don't talk to winner. I only talk to winners." I'm like, that's upsetting.
That's tough.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys? You didn't play Defend the Cup?
I wanted to.
It's hard 2v2. Yeah.
You could.
You could. Yeah.
You're flip cupping a lot.
Yeah. Defend the Cup, for people that don't know, it's beer pong flip cup. So one person, shoots regular beer pong. If they make it in, it's then erase the flip cup. If the team that shot the ball into the cup wins, cup comes out. If the team who is trying to defend the cup wins flip cup, the cup stays. It's an electric game. Electric.
And then I'm selling pets getting lost.
Oh no.
Matt, in our state, a black and silver red-tailed boa constrictor named Elizabeth went missing on Saturday evening.
Okay.
It was found around the following day at 7 p.m. in a yard.
Could you imagine just finding a boa constrictor in your yard?
I can't. That's why I'm selling it.
If I find a boa constrictor in my yard, I'm immediately trying to figure out how to kill it.
That's not a bad thing.
No, but I don't. PETA, whatever. I don't care. Go after me. If I find a boa, I might sell my house.
I might sell
might put it on the market, depending on the value.
I might break the lease.
Yeah, like that's nightmare fuel right there.
It's gross.
Yeah, that's disgusting. What was the boa constrictor's name? Do we know?
Elizabeth.
It's a terrible name for a boa constrictor.
Why do all the bad? Why do all like the creepy and like scary animals get like a nice name, like Elizabeth or Lucy or like Tina?
And then your local neighborhood bulldog is named like Bruno. Elizabeth for a boa constrictor? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Elizabeth. I'm not even going to try it. I was going to say Boa Elizabeth. Like Elizabeth Boa. I don't know. I'm running out of jokes.
Yeah. Like, you can tell.
What a day.
Yeah. What a day.
That concludes my side. And beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod, all that good stuff. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
So before I give advice, I want to remind you of something
What you
this
reminding
doesn't
me of?
really affect you at all. I just remember what we said. Our guy Caleb Williams, the Bears quarterback, who we're going to defend. We talked about this a little while ago. The guy who paints his fingernails. Yeah,
faintly. Yes,
he's a quarterback that everybody hates. He's a Gen Z quarterback. We said we're going to defend him. He might be playing his first game this week, so be prepared. Let's be prepared to defend our guy.
Yep.
Advice, though. This is advice for the guys out there, the sports guys. Like I just said, football is good flex. Football is back this week. I saw a stat starting this week. We have 26 straight weeks with a form of football on our televisions. So right now, it's just kind of the preseason leading up to the football starting in early September. Take some time, fellas. Spend some time with the ladies. Spend some time with your girlfriends, your fiancés, your wives. If you are a big football guy, if you would like to watch a lot of football this season, make some time now. Go to dinner. Maybe late. Take a time to go apple picking, or pumpkin picking, whatever, when it comes there. But really spend a lot of time. This is the crunch time for you guys that really, really just want to watch 8 hours of football Saturday, Sunday. Spend some time with your girlfriends, fiancés, wives, or if you're a lady that likes football, maybe your guy doesn't. Spend some time with your boyfriends, fiancés, husbands. Show them you love them, and then you can watch football for the next 4 months. Best friends.
Don't forget your best friends.
Best friends. Yeah, I apologize that I can't golf this week. I'm going to the beach with my girlfriend.
Cannot believe you said no to golf.
I had plans.
Are you truly, speaking of you being a golf fan?
I already had plans. I can't cancel plans.
Yep. It's okay. Sorry. It's fine.
You seem mad. Are you mad?
No.
You seem mad.
Just had some really nice tips. Shout out Steve Reed. How to swing a golf club.
Good.
Like I'm ready.
I went to the driving range this past weekend, and I've never swung a golf club so good in my entire life.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then it'll suck on the green.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I hit like 15 iron shots in a row, just dead straight, like perfect as could be. Now I'm going to win the Masters in 2 years. Oh, yep. I lost the Masters lottery. Did not get tickets to the Masters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
We'll get them next year.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.